This video will help guide you through the process of marriage counseling during this tough time and provide actionable advice on how to save your family and take care of your children. We'll provide facts about divorce in the United States, United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada. So stay tuned until the end to learn what to do and, most importantly, what not to do as a man going through a divorce. When couples are facing difficult times or have grown apart, getting counseling can be an invaluable tool in helping them work out their differences. But when one spouse has already filed for divorce, seeking professional help may seem like too little too late. That said, there are still ways that men can benefit from therapy even after their wives have taken legal steps toward ending the marriage. Here's what those steps might look like. Set realistic expectations about what therapy might achieve when spouses are so far apart that one has chosen to initiate proceedings for separation or divorce. It may not always be possible for both parties to reconcile emotionally or legally without sacrificing other important values or desires, such as financial security or parental rights over children involved in custody battles. As such, it's important not to place unrealistic expectations of reconciliation on yourself before beginning any sort of therapeutic intervention intended solely with improving communication between two estranged partners by creating an environment free from blame game accusations, which could lead towards further conflict instead of resolution. Find an experienced counselor. It's important during this tough time that men seek out qualified therapists who specialize in working with couples undergoing transition periods, such as separating, divorcing. Many marital counselors don't necessarily possess experience specific around separation-divorce processes, which often involve more complex considerations, including child custody negotiations and division of assets, among others, involving estate law that traditional counseling sessions alone require expertise on. Consider strategies outside traditional approaches. While traditional forms of therapy tend towards long-term interventions focusing upon interpersonal problems causing distress within relationships, short-term solutions, tailored specifically around resolving issues arising due to impending divorces, should also be considered, especially if imminent court hearings loom near. Some common methods include coaching, which provides quick tactics designed towards reducing conflict levels while allowing room for understanding feelings shared between both parties, granting closure needed prior entering into new arrangements, post-marriage dissolution. Don't forget about protecting yourself financially. Legal aspects surrounding divorces require more complexity than simple emotional healing. Thus, men must understand basic principles governing matrimonial laws regardless if they reside inside countries having no fault-based systems, USA, where courts decide settlement agreements separately from assigning blame, compare joint responsibility systems, UK, requiring all accounts concerning finances, children, etc. shared by married couple throughout duration partner relationship, being examined thoroughly before finalizing orders regarding division, property, alimony payments, etc. Ensure obtain professional legal assistance. Protect self accordingly. Appropriate jurisdictional context applies. Case at hand. This video does not provide legal, financial, or tax advice. The information provided in this video is for informational purposes only and should not be interpreted as legal advice. If you require legal advice, please contact a qualified attorney, for example, by signing up for a free course on our website Divorce Lab Pro. We will connect you with pre-selected lawyers or other experts you may need. Join our free course to learn how to navigate the divorce process. Learn about the negative impact of divorce on you, children, and family, and how to protect your rights. Pre-selected experts are available to help men through this difficult time. Get it free now at Divorce Lab Pro. Understand that marriage counseling is not a quick fix. It takes time and effort to work through the issues in your relationship. Take responsibility for your part in any problems you are having with your spouse, even if it's hard to admit fault or accept blame. Be honest about how you feel and what you need from your partner during the counseling process. Listen carefully to what your partner has to say without interrupting or becoming defensive. Respect each other's opinions and feelings, even when they differ from yours. Make sure both of you have an equal voice in the conversation so neither one feels unheard or ignored by the other person. Don't be afraid to ask questions if something isn't clear. Communication is key. Focus on solutions rather than dwelling on past mistakes. This will help keep things positive moving forward instead of getting stuck in negative patterns of behavior that can lead nowhere good. Remember that marriage counseling is meant as a tool for growth, not punishment. Don't use it as an opportunity to criticize or belittle each other, but rather try working together towards common goals, such as understanding one another better and finding ways out of difficult situations together, for example, financial stressors. Consider seeking professional help outside of just marriage counseling if needed. There may be underlying mental health issues at play which could benefit from additional support, like therapy sessions with a psychologist, psychiatrist, etc. If children are involved, make sure their needs are taken into account. To consider talking openly about parenting styles and expectations before making any major decisions regarding custody arrangements, etc. Seek advice from trusted family members and friends who have been through similar experiences themselves. They may offer valuable insight into potential solutions, which could work best for all parties involved, including kids. Research different types of divorce proceedings available depending on where you live. USA. No fault versus fault-based divorces. UK. Judicial separation versus dissolution orders, etc. So that everyone understands their rights and responsibilities under law before taking action against one another, legally speaking. Look into mediation services offered by local organizations, agencies, which specialize in helping couples come up with mutually beneficial agreements without going down the route of court battles over assets, custody matters, etc. These can often save time and money, while still allowing both sides some control over outcomes related specifically them personally. For example, visitation schedules between parents post-divorce settlement agreement being finalized, etc. Avoid using social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram as outlets for venting frustrations about marital woes publicly, since this type activity tends only exacerbate existing tensions, further leading to potentially irreparable damage done within relationships already strained enough due of its own accord. Refrain from involving third parties unnecessarily, that is, do not seek revenge against exes via revenge porn websites, nor should anyone else become embroiled in disputes between two people trying to reconcile differences privately first before resorting to more extreme measures. Lastly, divorce is never easy, but with proper guidance and support it doesn't need to remain a complicated situation either. Following tips outlined above allow men navigate process successfully, ensuring selves protected, handle cases involving families, respectfully honoring commitments made former marriages, meanwhile keeping focus firmly centered future prospects whatever arise soon afterward. Join our free course to learn how to navigate the divorce process. Learn about the negative impact of divorce on you, children and family, and how to protect your rights. Pres-elected experts are available to help men through this difficult time. Get it free now at DivorceLab Pro.